Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Chapter 41, In the Sky. The last ray of sunlight finally fell. Immediately, there was a mighty and magnificent voice in the void. The time is up. 10 seconds later, the gate of the other world will open, and the strange monsters from outside the sky will return to the world. Please prepare for the catastrophe. Countdown starts 10, 9, 8. As the countdown sounded, the entire Linhai city became extremely quiet, and almost everyone held their breath, waiting for the catastrophe to come. Just as the last one of the countdown fell, the entire void seemed to shake slightly suddenly, and an unprecedented pressure shrouded the space between the heaven and the earth. Next moment, inexplicably, countless gaps were torn out in the void. Like the dimensional crack in the legend, the black light shrouded it, filled with a strange and extremely evil spirit from outside the sky. Dozens of huge dimensional cracks also appeared around Zhang Heng, and he couldn't help but use his divine sense to explore them. In an instant, an extremely cold and evil breath suddenly came from the dimensional crack, like an abyss. Zhang Heng couldn't help shivering, and instantly withdrew his divine sense. Horrible! A little later, he even suspected that his divine sense would be swallowed by this terrifying abyss. In the next second, Zhang Heng's heart was shocked, and he saw endless strange creatures springing up in the crack of that dimension. Zhang Heng is the closest and bears the brunt. In an instant, dozens of strange creatures covered in pitch black and exuding black devilish energy rushed towards him like crazy monsters. Zhang Heng's heart sank, and with a divine thought between his brows, Zhan Yu instantly turned into a ray of startled light, piercing the void. Congratulations on successfully killing the level 5 Nether Abyss Winged Demon, gaining 50 upgrade energy points and 10 demon slaying points. Unfortunately, the extraction failed because you have obtained demon slaughter points. The system officially opens the Slaughter Demon scoreboard and Demon Slaughter Mall for you. You have entered the Demon Slayer scoreboard. Do you want to display your name on the list? Zhang Heng directly chose yes. Everyone in the city should know him now, so there is no need to hide it. Kill. In an instant, Zhang Heng was fully fired. The sword light is flying in the void. Wherever it passes, a Nether Abyss Winged Demon will be killed, and the sky will be stained with blood. But, although the flying sword is sharp, the winged demons of the Nether Abyss rushing from all directions are beyond imagination. More and more, although Zhang Heng's skin was thick and fleshy, and his defense was amazing, he couldn't hold back the crazy bites of so many winged demons. At that moment, he activated the Xiantian shield without hesitation. A light blue shield instantly rose, enveloping Zhang Heng's figure. Extreme hell-breaking killing fist. The punch is as strong as a fist. The terrifying fist force mixed with the void explosion blasted a bloody passage in the void tens of meters ahead. The countless Nether Abyss winged demons were instantly turned into fans, blood poured down like rain. Flip Cloud Palm. The power of the palm is rushing, and it can turn the clouds. Knuckle Punch. Flame Knife. The one-style big moves rushed wildly, and the sound in the void was so loud that tremors could be heard in the void, attracting the attention of countless people. In such a battlefield, Zhang Heng's battle here is undoubtedly the most intense and violent, and it is at the forefront of the battle. It is precisely because of Zhang Heng's bravery that countless people are excited about it. The fighting passion is high. Kill for Linhai. Kill for humanity. The slogan of shouting to kill broke through the sky. Clang. With a crisp sound, Zhan Yu pierced the sky, brought out countless bloody lights, and fell into Zhang Heng's palm. In an instant, the sword glow on the Zanyu sword rose sharply, and the sword energy surged. Purple lightning blue cream. Streamer. If you run out of melee skills, then use sword skills. 2 magical skills are activated at the same time. In an instant, Zhang Heng's figure was like lightning, moving in the void, beheading countless strange monsters in an instant. In just over 10 seconds, the void with a radius of tens of meters was swept away by him with a single sword. Kill, kill these sons of bitches. In this world, my human race is invincible. Kill. Under the sky, in the city of Linhai, countless flames burst out. Swords, and swords screamed to kill and shake the sky. The ferocious artillery roared to the sky overwhelmingly, and a deafening noise burst out in the void. The wind beast controlled by Li Yukin also jumped into the sky at this moment. Hearing the roar of the wind-born beast, the violent wind and furious volume swept across the world in an instant. Countless extraterrestrial strange demons were immediately swept up and strangled. Liukin also wielded the Lingxiu sword, and started a battle in the void with the winged demon flying over. The windborne beast is also worthy of being a quasi-legendary creature, and there is basically no winged devil in its bite and bite. In addition to Liukin and Fengsheng beast, Zhang Heng also saw a thunderbolt falling from the sky, and where it passed, countless alien demons turned into fans. It was Chen Zimo. The visual enhancement just obtained at this time played an unexpected role. Above the city wall, a black shadow moved quickly. Wherever it passed, there must be strange monsters from outside the sky being beheaded on the spot. The speed of killing the enemy was as fast as thunder. In another place, a sword glow of 1 or 2 feet shot up into the sky, the sword light passed, and countless winged demons were beheaded. The divine power was unmatched. It was Sujianhe. It seems that Sujianhe also got a good opportunity. A glance, but only in a short moment. Moments later, the sword glow in Zhang Heng's hand soared again, crisscrossing the void. Kill. The sword light came out, and the corpses of these nether abyss winged demons fell like raindrops. As for the command center of the city hall, Wu Changjun, Qian Lao, Zhao Qisong, Lu Tiancheng and other high-level leaders gathered in front of a huge 3D screen. Through the redeployed high-definition cameras in the city, they can clearly observe the fighting situation in most areas. Everyone looked at the battle scenes one by one, and their hearts were extremely dignified. Judging from the performance of the outside world, although countless extraterrestrial monsters were indeed killed, there were also many casualties on the human side. Fortunately, a rescue team has been formed before, and anyone who is injured will be transferred immediately, otherwise the loss will be immeasurable. At the same time, they finally saw the true strength of the strong in the new era. Zhang Heng, Sujianhe, Mo Ying, Su Yufei, Li Yukin, Zhao Gan, Chen Zimo, etc., all showed fighting power beyond imagination. Especially Chen Zimo, the move of thunder from the sky shocked them so much. There is actually a spell to summon thunder in this world? It's really amazing. It seems that our old bones will not accept their old age, and this future world will be ruled by these young people. Qian Lao looked at the picture in the camera and murmured softly. This catastrophe has changed the pattern of the entire world. From now on, technology is no longer the only thing. If today's battle can go smoothly, I decided to fundamentally reform the education and staffing system in our urban area. Let these strong men become the backbone of our Linhai. Zhao Qisong suddenly took a deep breath and said in a deep voice, Mayor Zhao's words are reasonable, and we should reorganize in the future. Wu Changjun immediately agreed. The war is still going on, and the strange monsters from outside the sky that appear in the dimensional rift are endless, like clouds covering the sun, which is shocking. Even Zhang Heng felt a sense of powerlessness. There are too many. It's almost hopeless. Skills are thrown out one by one as if they don't need money, and the upgrade energy is refreshed like raindrops. Soon, Zhang Heng's spiritual power was almost bottomed out, but he didn't dare to hesitate, and took the spiritual power recovery potion in the ring space one bottle after another. Unknowingly, this seemingly endless war finally ushered in a glimmer of light. Chapter 42 In the void, countless winged demons descended, and the dark red blood was like blood rain, dyeing the whole world red. At this moment, the overwhelming and endless alien monsters finally decreased at a speed visible to the naked eye. This war finally ushered in a glimmer of light. Zhang Heng's heart was suddenly excited, and the speed of the sword light in his hand passing through the void became faster and faster. At the same time, Zhang Heng checked his demon-slaying points, and it turned out to be a terrifying 370,000 points. In other words, he alone killed more than 30,000 Nether Abyss winged demons. This data is absolutely terrifying. There is no doubt that Zhang Heng ranks first in the Demon Slayer standings. Rank second, no surprise, was Li Yukin. With the help of Fengsheng Beast, even Sujianhe and Mo Ying can't match her. However, this woman's demon-slaying points are far less than Zhang Heng's, only a little over 70,000. Sujianhe followed closely behind, ranking third with 65,000 points. Fourth, Mo Ying, with 62,000 points. Fifth, Su Yufei, with 61,000 points. Unexpectedly, Chen Zimo ranked 10th, with 38,000 points. Zhang Shui was ranked 21st, with a total of 270,000. Zhang Shui, who was ranked 21st, killed 2,700 extraterrestrial monsters, which shows how brutal the battle is. Gradually, these overwhelming monsters from the underworld became less and less, causing countless people in the city to shout wildly. Great! There have been fewer strange monsters outside the sky these days. We are guarding Linhai. I knew it. With great gods like Zhang Heng and Sujian He around, we will definitely be able to defend Linhai. Don't let anyone stop me. From now on, Zhang Heng is my only idol. My idol is Suyufei, goddess Su. Superficial, I like Li Yukin more. Li Yukin is the absolute #1 girl in terms of strength and appearance. I don't accept rebuttals. In the city, cheers like a tide came. Linhai City's victory in this peerless battle is definitely hard won. However, Zhang Heng deeply felt a sense of heaviness and oppression. This catastrophe? It's far from over? What's wrong? Li Yukin came here driving the wind beast, and found Zhang Heng's strange expression, so she couldn't help asking. I feel something is wrong, there should be more powerful alien monsters appearing. Zhang Heng said in a deep voice. Stronger. Li Yukin frowned. As soon as the words fell, strange fluctuations came out of the dimensional cracks in the void again, and in a blink of an eye, countless strange monsters several times larger than the Nether Abyss winged demon appeared in the world. Elite class? Clang! I saw a flash of sword light, Zhang Heng's thought moved, and Zhan Yu broke through the sky in an instant. A strange demon from beyond the sky failed to notice Zhan Yu's arrival, and was instantly beheaded on the spot. Congratulations on successfully killing the 8th level elite Nether Abyss Great Winged Demon, gaining 200 upgrade energy points and 50 demon slaying points. Congratulations, the passive skill has successfully absorbed all things and obtained 10 points of life essence. Sure enough, they are elite level dark creatures, and the number is extremely large. Seeing this scene, Li Yukin's expression changed instantly. The arrival of so many elite dark creatures will definitely be an unprecedented disaster. The crisis of the situation is even worse than it was just now. Kill. With a low growl, Zhang Heng blatantly launched his punches, and a style of extreme prison smashing punch blatantly smashed into the void. Boom. The huge fist impact shook the sky, sending out a deafening roar. Countless people in Linhai City were attracted by it, and their expressions changed drastically when they saw the figure of the strange monster reappearing in the sky and Zhang Heng, who blatantly charged into the enemy group. Are you coming? Is it over? The bodies of these extraterrestrial monsters are 2 or 3 times larger than before. They are most likely elite level creatures. It's over? So many. What are you afraid of? It's just an elite class. If you come 1, I'll kill 1. If you come 2, I'll kill a pair. Yes? These dark creatures are nothing more than leveling experience in Lao Tzu's eyes. Yes, there are monster crystal cores. I'm still more than half full of monster crystal cores. It's just enough now. Kill. The war is ignited again. It spread across the entire Linhai in an instant. As a matter of fact, whether it is an ordinary netherworld winged demon or an elite netherworld great winged demon, there is not much difference to Zhang Heng. However, Zhang Heng still felt a heavy pressure on his heart, and he couldn't get rid of it no matter what. In the blink of an eye, after Zhang Heng killed more than 100 Nether Abyss Great Winged Demons, he suddenly sensed a huge figure more than 4 or 5 meters high suddenly appearing in a huge dimensional crack. This figure is more than double the size of these Nether Abyss Great Winged Demons, and its body shape is not much inferior to that of windborne beasts. Moreover, this figure is shaped like a human, with a black body, as if covered by a thick layer of black. Covered by scales, there are 4 wings flapping slowly behind him. Holding a black long sword in his hand, just like a legendary demon, Zhang Heng immediately used a system probe on it. Underworld Azura level, level 15 grade, Demon General Power, 500 Agility, 478 Spirit, 474 Physique, 506 Talent, Azura Body, A level, Demon Soul Devouring, B level, Strength Enhancement, B level, Flying, B level, Dark Element Mastery, B level, Skills, Azura. Sword Slash, A level, Demon Soul Shadow Kill, B level, Magic Light Impact, B level, Star, 25 stars. Body of Shura, A level. The exclusive talent of the Shura demon race, which can greatly reduce physical and magical damage, and has a strong repair ability. Devil Soul Swallowing, Class B. It can devour the souls of demons to strengthen itself in a short period of time, and has powerful attack power. Equipment weapon, Shura Demon Sword, Tier 2, Attribute, unknown. After reading the introduction, Zhang Heng pondered for a moment. Although this dark creature is strong, almost no less than the wind beast, it is far from being able to bring him such a heavy pressure. Therefore, in the depths of the Metarift this time, there must be dark creatures far superior to this nether abyss. Shura? With the movement of Zhang Heng's body, the sky was shocked in an instant. A sword glow turned into a long rainbow, and it slashed at this nether abyss Shura without any tricks. The demon naturally also noticed Zhang Heng. I saw the wings behind him flicker slightly, and the whole figure turned into a phantom and disappeared in place. Exactly, Demon Soul Shadow Killer. Zhang Heng didn't take it seriously at all, and only heard him drink slightly. Streamer. In an instant, the sword flashed like lightning, and the huge head of the netherworld Shura was instantly cut off into the void, and blood splashed into the sky. Congratulations on successfully killing the 15th level demon general level Nether Abyss Shura, gaining 2000 upgrade energy points and 1000 demon slaying points. Congratulations, the passive skill has successfully absorbed all things, gained 15 points of strength enhancement, and obtained 100 points of life essence at the same time. What was in the demon's hands also fell into his hands in the next instant. Zhang Heng opened it to check. Sura Demon Sword Grade, Tier 2 Magic Weapon, Silver Level Attributes, plus 350 Attack, plus 40 Strength, plus 35 Agility. Additional Performance, Magic Blade, increase the user's attack power by 12%. Additional Performance, Magic Power Enhancement, can increase the user's magic power by 10%. Wearing requirements, Level 1, Demon/Dark Element Proficient Talent. Note, wearing by other races may be infected by magic energy. Please use with caution. Chapter 43. As soon as this Nether Abyss Shura died, countless Nether Abyss Great Winged Demons around him howled wildly. In the blink of an eye, countless Nether Abyss Great Winged Demons rushed towards Zhang Heng like desperately. Naturally, Zhang Heng would not be polite. At this time, Lu Guang's attribute blessing is still there. The sword light instantly shattered the void like a stream of light, leaving a little bit of bright starlight behind. Wherever the sword light passed, not a single Nether Abyss Great Winged Demon could leave a complete body. Not far away, another creature that was as unique as the Nether Abyss Shura stepped out of the dimensional crack. With a cold snort, Zhang Heng flew across the void, darting towards this dark creature. Now in the entire Linhai, except for Li Yukin, Sujianhe, Mo Ying, and Suyufei, no one can resist the impact of this level of dark creatures. Therefore, Zhang Heng must kill them all in the void, not giving the dark creatures of this level a chance. As a result, Zhang Heng's figure quickly wandered in the void. Just like a flash movie, where it passes, blood rains down wildly, leaving no one behind. Congratulations, your upgrade energy has reached the upper limit of level 12. Your level has been raised to level 13, your potential has been slightly improved, and you have obtained 5 free potential points. Congratulations to the host level raised to level 13, reward E-level reward, a tempering spirit pill quenching pill. It can increase the strength of aura by a small amount after the level is raised to level 10. The types of level rewards given by the system become more and more diverse, and are no longer limited to skills and exercises. Previously, the skills rewarded by the system were basically F level and E level. It was not bad in the early stage, but it is of no use to him now. It became more and more difficult to increase the level in the later stages. At this time, he had killed so many alien monsters before he could advance to the first level. Under the void, Linhai City gradually stabilized from the initial panic. Wu Changjun's own allocation of strength to the team is enough to be a Helllord level creature. Although these elite-level great-winged monsters of the deep abyss are very powerful, they are still much inferior to Lord-level creatures. While wandering through the void, Zhang Heng attacked and killed Netherworld Ashura while paying attention to the situation below. When he saw such a situation, he immediately felt relieved. After a while, the number of Nether Abyss Great-Winged Demons appearing in the sky gradually decreased. But at this moment, the pressure that Zhang Heng felt in his heart became heavier and heavier. At this moment, the void suddenly trembled. In the sky, a dimensional crack was suddenly torn apart by a terrifying force. In an instant, A huge dimensional crack with a width of 100 meters appeared between the sky and the earth. At this moment, Zhang Heng finally felt an indescribable heavy pressure. At this moment, the sky and the earth seemed to darken slightly, and a huge figure that covered the sun appeared in the sky. That is a terrifying monster with a size of 30 to 40 meters. The shape of this beast is somewhat similar to that of a giant lion, but its whole body is pitch black, and its size is extremely huge, far surpassing that of a wind beast. In front of this beast, the windborne beast is as cute as a puppy. Zhang Heng's heart sank, and he immediately felt bad, because on the back of this beast, there is still a majestic figure that looks like a god and a demon. Zhang Heng immediately checked the aura of this giant beast and that figure through the system. Underworld Demon Lion level, level 19 level, legendary level power, 1050 agility, 1005 spirit, 1011 physique, 1035 talent, troll madness, S level, strength enhancement, A level, physique enhancement, A level, flying, A level, dark element mastery, B level, skills, roaring lion, A level, magic light sky cannon, A level, shocking strike, B level, star, 57 stars troll berserk. It can instantly enlarge the body by 30%, increase the strength by 50%, and increase the speed by 30%, which lasts for 60 seconds and cools down for 12 hours. It was a true legendary creature. Compared with it, the windborne beast is nothing compared to the big witch. Of course, this is only in terms of size and strength. In terms of talent alone, this demon lion of Nether Abyss is not as good as Fengsheng beast. Afterwards, Zhang Heng pointed the system at the figure that looked like a demon. This figure seemed to have sensed Zhang Heng's actions. His eyes turned slightly, and he stared at Zhang Heng, revealing an expression and gaze that looked down on the world. It's like looking at Zhang Heng like an ant. At this time, the system also displayed the other party's information. Underworld Shura King Mingluo level, level 19 grade, Demon Venerable level power, 1825 agility, 1752 spirit, 1850 physique, 1921 talent, body of Ashura, SS level, Soul Devourer, S level, mastery of dark elements, S level, Demon Lord's power, S level, Yakong, A level, skills, Ashura. Demon art, SS level, Soul Eater's hand, S level, Demon Abyss Slaughter, S level, God Killing Sword Slash, A level, Dark Sky Curtain, A level, equipment, Shura Demon Armor, Tier 3, Shura Styx Sword, Tier 3, Attribute, Unknown Star, 91 stars. Zhang Heng took a breath. The strength of this demon has completely surpassed him. Coupled with the demon lion of the underworld, it can be called an almost invincible existence on this battlefield. Liu Qin also saw this terrifying figure, and couldn't help turning pale. Not only them, everyone in Linhai City, including the city hall, looked at the terrifying figure. The mighty heaven and earth-like terrifying aura immediately made countless people present feel terrified. It's over. A terrifying beast of this level is beyond common sense. Even Zhang Heng can't beat it, right? Why did such a powerful terrifying creature appear? Is it because God wants to destroy my human race? Havoc? It really is a catastrophe. If even Zhang Heng can't resist it, then our Linhai is really doomed. The human race is doomed. No, I believe Zhang Heng will definitely win. Yes, Hero Zhang has never let us down. In Linhai City, countless voices resounded, and due to the talent of hearing enhancement, Zhang Heng could naturally hear them clearly. There is worry, there is despair, there is fear, and there is hope. All in all, this moment is full of life. The Shura King of Nether Abyss just glanced at Zhang Heng coldly, then looked down at the world with his eyes, and slowly uttered a syllable, making a strong and cold voice. It turns out that there are human races in this world. That's fine, surrender to this deity. This deity can transform yours into noble demons and enjoy endless life and power. What? Surrender to him? Does it mean that you don't have to die if you surrender to him? In Linhai City, someone seemed to be surprised and uncertain. How dare you say such a thing, boy, do you want to court death? Beside him, someone suddenly roared and roared. I don't want to either, but, don't you have to die if you surrender to him? All of a sudden, similar voices sounded in the arena. Zhang Heng's heart trembled. This is also one of the bad roots of human beings. Once this emotion is infected, countless people will follow suit. At this moment, Zhang Heng suddenly took a deep breath, stepped in the void, and sent out infinite void vibrations. At the same time, a faint yet majestic voice spread throughout the audience. Just because you, a mere devil, wants my human race to surrender, who gave you the courage and guts? Liang Jingru, Chapter 44. It's Zhang Heng. It's our number one Linhai expert Zhang Heng. I knew that Zhang Heng's strength is definitely not inferior to this bullshit demon. Kill him? You are the hero of our human race. Immediately, countless voices shouted in Linhai City. On the city wall, Mo Ying stared at the void with his eyes, but his face showed a very serious look. Her eyesight is naturally far superior to that of others, and she can see the truth and falsehood at a glance. Undoubtedly, although Zhang Heng is very strong, he is still inferior to the demon lord on that giant beast, but there is nothing she can do about it. With her current strength, she cannot intervene in a battle of this level for the time being. Not far away, Sujianhe stood on top of a tall building like a peerless sword, staring deeply at the giant beast and King Shura of Nether Abyss. If possible, he would leap into the void without hesitation, and fight this King Shura for 300 rounds. What bullshit, demon lord! My human race will never be a slave. There was a sudden roar in Linhai City, but Zhang Heng immediately recognized that it was Chen Zimo's voice, only to hear him suddenly let out a roar that pierced the sky and the earth again. Yulei. In an instant, divine thunder descended from the sky in the endless void, like a divine power, shining a dazzling brilliance in the void. At this moment, countless people uttered exclamation and excitement. Yes, my human race will never be a slave. God's thunder descends from the sky. My human race also has countless heavenly talents. It's so satisfying. If I want to have such supernatural powers, I'll give him a slap. Let's see if he dares to pretend. Zhang Heng's expression changed, because he knew that this thunderbolt would not be able to hurt the demon lord at all, and it will immediately anger the demon lord. Sure enough, the thunder crossed the sky and bombarded the figure of King Shura of Nether Abyss without hindrance, but the dazzling lightning crackled and crackled, but it failed to hurt him at all. The Shura King of Nether Abyss immediately looked at Chen Zimo, and snorted coldly. How dare you show your shame? In an instant, this demon venerable was about to attack Chen Zimo. Don't forget, your opponent is me. Zhang Heng also shot without hesitation at this moment. In an instant, a sword light pierced the sky. Zan Yu Void Shard. Small tricks. Seeing the sword light like a rainbow, the Nether Abyss Shura King still didn't care at all. After a cold snort, he flicked the sword light with one hand. Zhang Heng sneered. Really? In the next moment, Zan Yu pierced through the void, brushed past Shura King's finger, and instantly hit the demon's chest. Clang. Only a deafening sound was heard. Zan Yu was actually ejected by an invisible force, but the Nether Abyss Shura King also took 2 steps back. On the chest, a bloodstain burst out. Spatial talent. Mingyuan Shura King couldn't help showing a hint of surprise. Voidbreaker is exactly the talent of the space attribute. But before awakening the mastery of space elements, Zhang Heng can't display the true power of them. At the moment of awakening mastery of space elements, this talent finally showed its original power and style. However, it is obviously not enough to kill this demon with the void sundering blade. A mere demon? Get ready to enjoy the wrath from the human race. Zhang Heng snorted coldly in the air, and in the next moment, Zhan Yu turned into a stream of light and flew backwards. Purple lightning blue cream. I saw the lightning flash under Zhang Heng's feet, and his figure instantly turned into a fright. Streamer. Start with the long sword. Streamer is proud of the world. Kill. Advertisement. Following Zhang Heng's earth-shattering roar, countless people in Linhai City searched with endless passion. Kill. 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 The endless shouts resounded like a mountain torrent and tsunami, resounding through the clouds. Mere. In the next instant, Zhang Heng's figure and sword light passed over the figure of the Nether Abyss Shura King. With the blessing of many skills, his speed has completely surpassed the Shura King of the underworld. Clang. Sword chi cuts through the void. Blood burst out from King Shura's forehead. The next moment, countless sparks flashed from King Shura's arm, and a huge gap was pulled out of the hard armor. Next second, Zan Yu pierced the armor on King Shura's back, and a large piece of armor was almost scattered. A mere ants. How dare you hurt this deity? Court death. I saw King Shura of Nether Abyss suddenly raised his hand and stretched out into the void. In an instant, a dark aura enveloped the world like a sky. It seems that at this moment, the void is filled with endless magic energy. Under the dark sky, this deity is immortal. Mingyuan Shura King punched the void in front of him in the air. The huge punch shook the void instantly, and Zhang Heng's figure was immediately pushed back tens of meters by this punch. Zhang Heng sneered, "Are you immortal? Then the lion below you will never die, right?" King Mingyuan Shura frowned. "What do you mean?" Literal meaning. Zhang Heng snorted coldly, but he didn't pay any attention to the Shura King of the underworld, and aimed the sword light in his hand at the demon lion of the underworld in an instant. The Nether Abyss demon lion also seemed to sense the danger, opened its mouth and suddenly spewed a jet-black magic light towards Zhang Heng. Magic light soaring cannon. The huge black light cannon pierced the sky, let out a deafening roar. Void shard. Zhang Heng didn't have the slightest worry. He stretched out his figure and disappeared in the same place in an instant. The blade of his sword pierced the sky. The demon lion of Nether Abyss roared again, and there was a terrifying shock in the void instantly. Shock? If it was an ordinary attack, it would definitely not be able to penetrate the violent shock wave generated by this blow. But the void breaker contains the power of space, that is, the power to break through the void. In an instant, Zanyu broke through the barrier of the void, passed directly over the forehead of the demon lion of the Nether Abyss, and sank into the head. The demon lion of Nether Abyss let out an earth-shattering wail instantly, and after trembling all over, its huge body immediately fell to the sky. Congratulations on killing the 21st level legendary mutated creature, Nether Abyss Demon Lion. You will get 20,000 upgrade energy points and 20,000 demon slaying points. Congratulations, all things have been successfully absorbed. 37 points of strength, 30 points of agility, and a B-level talent skill, mastery of dark elements, 500 life energy dark element. Proficiency, B-level. Improve the affinity of space elements, which can increase the cultivation speed of dark attribute skills by 150%, and increase the power of dark attribute talent skills and skills by 30%. Ding. Congratulations, you are the first person to kill a legendary creature within a radius of 100 miles, and you will be rewarded with a level A talent power control, regional. Reputation plus 20,000 power control. It can stimulate one's own potential and permanently increase the strength by 5 times. Congratulations on successfully killing legendary creatures and gaining 2,000 regional reputation points. Power in control. In the void, Zhang Heng's eyes flashed, revealing a look of extreme excitement. The reason why he killed the demon lion of the Nether Abyss was to bet on the innate skill given by killing the legendary creature. The last time you kill the lord creature, you will be rewarded with mental control. The last time you killed a king creature, you will be rewarded with mastery of swordsmanship. Kill the legendary creature this time, and reward power control. The reward system did not disappoint me. With 5 times the strength enhancement, Zhang Heng only felt that his whole body was full of endless strength. Chapter 45. In Linhai City. Countless people stared wide-eyed at the scene in front of them. I saw the Nether Abyss demon lion wailing, and its huge body fell straight from the void like a straight boulder. Just one hit, then he instantly killed this invincible beast of the underworld. Just how strong is Zhang Heng? This moment. But no one knows. A fiery look flashed in Mo Ying's eyes, and he stared at Zhang Heng without blinking. Sujian He's eyes revealed an incomparable fighting intent, as if he wanted to compete with Zhang Heng. Su Yufi's eyes showed surprise, and an unusual blush appeared on her flawless and pretty face. Li Yuqin couldn't help opening her mouth wide, and gasped slightly. Zhang Shui, Chen Zimo, Zhao Gan, Lin Jie, Wu Changjun, etc. At this moment, almost everyone was shocked. This sword not only killed the demeanor of the human race, it even gave countless humans present a shot in the arm. All of a sudden, the whole Linhai let out deafening cheers and applause. However, in the void, King Shura of the Nether Abyss watched the huge body of the demon lion of the Nether Abyss fall into the void. He just frowned and didn't say much, but when he looked at Zhang Heng again, he showed a look of surprise. At this moment, Zhang Heng looked quite different in his eyes. But where the specific difference is, it is impossible to know. All in all, Zhang Heng at this time turned out to be like an ancient prehistoric beast in his eyes, exuding an aura that was enough to make him fearful. Involuntarily, Mingyuan Shura King narrowed his eyes slightly, and slowly said, "It's interesting. Human race, let me be famous. I, Mingluo Demon Lord, will not kill unknown people." Zhang Heng stepped into the void and said ruthlessly, "A mere demon lord, you are not qualified to know my name yet? Is your name Mingluo? From this moment on, I will let you know what a human race is, and I am invincible." Next moment, Zhang Heng's figure flashed like lightning. Although the effect of streamer has disappeared, the effect of Zidian Qingshuang is still there. In the blink of an eye, Zhang Heng's figure crossed the void and came directly towards Ming Luo. Court death. Ming Luo snorted coldly. In the next second, a cold voice resounded through the world. Hand of Soul Eater. In the void, suddenly a terrifying giant hand that was tens of meters long suddenly grabbed it in the air. The endless void seemed to be crushed by giant hands, sending out tremors from the soul. Soul Eater. Zhang Heng frowned. At this moment, he sensed a terrifying shock that seemed to come from the soul. If it weren't for the two talents of mental power and spiritual control, I'm afraid that I would be taken away by this giant hand in an instant. As expected of an S-rank skill, Zhang Heng did not show any weakness, and immediately stabilized his soul with his mental power. Let out a light drink in the void. Extreme Hell-breaking Killing Fist. Kill. With 5 times the power strengthened, the extreme prison-shattering fist seems to contain the terrifying power of destroying heaven and earth. A huge fist. Shadow condenses in the void. The terrifying air explosion instantly shook the entire sky, instantly dissipating the coercion of the world brought by the giant hand. Next second, Ming Luo finally sensed something wrong with Zhang Heng's strength, and his eyes suddenly changed. How is it possible? How could your strength have increased so much? This is impossible. Ming Luo let out a terrifying roar. Without hesitation, he launched the other 2 major skills. Azura Magic Power, Demon Abyss Killing. In an instant, the entire void turned dark red, filled with endless mountains of corpses and seas of blood. However, in the face of absolute power, everything is just a bubble after all. This is what the legend says, breaking all laws with one force. In an instant, the huge void demon hand annihilated. In the next instant, the endless mountain of corpses and sea of blood vibrated in the void, turning into endless foam. A strange black light appeared on Ming Luo's body, as if possessing infinite magic power. However, Zhang Heng's huge fist shadow break through the sky, across the world. Just for an instant, the strange magic light on Ming Luo's body disappeared. The next moment, his entire upper body turned into powder. Even if he is immortal, it is impossible to be reborn from the state of a fan. In the void, the endless blood rained wildly. The darkness dissipated, the dimensional crack disappeared, as if the whole world had ushered in the dawn. Congratulations to you for killing the 25th level demon clan, the king of the deep abyss Ming Luo, and you will get 40,000 upgrade energy points and 40,000 demon slaying points. Congratulations, all things have been absorbed successfully, gaining 50 points of strength, 40 points of agility, 30 points of physique, and obtaining the A-level talent skill, Yukong, 1000 life energy. Royal Sky, level A. Control the power of Royal Sky, can move and walk freely in the void, without space resistance, and increase the speed of movement in the air by 200%. Congratulations on killing the killer and successfully passing through the outer heaven demon tribulation. You will be rewarded with the Deo of Heaven, all attribute potential plus 500, luck plus 2, and you will be awarded the title of Responsible Robber, regional reputation plus 50,000. Those who respond to the robbery, those who were born in response to the infinite killing, luck plus 5, crit plus 5, luck plus 5, potential attribute plus 10%. Congratulations on your successful killing of the demon level demon clan and gaining 5,000 regional reputation points. Ding. Congratulations to the human race in the Z191 area for successfully surviving the tribulation outside the sky. All the human races in the area will receive a reward of plus 200 for all attributes and plus 2 for luck. Ding. Congratulations to District Z191 for successfully passing through the outer heaven demon tribulation. This region will open a teleportation channel leading to Taiyuan Earth Immortal Realm in 3 days. Taiyuan's Immortal Realm, one of the 10,000 realms of heaven, the immortal realm of the ancient human race. Conditions for transmission, level 10 and above. Congratulations to you for killing the demon level powerhouse of the underworld, helping the human race through the demonic catastrophe of the underworld, saving 216,541 people in the Z191 area, and gaining 216,541 points of merit. Congratulations on being worshipped once. Wish power +1. Congratulations on being worshipped once. Wish power +1. Congratulations on being worshipped once. Wish power +1. For a while, the wish force system was refreshed crazily. Zhang Heng quickly blocked the wish force system information. At the same time, everyone in the area has been notified and rewarded by the system. We won. Great. We won. Win. Zhang Dashan is invincible. Human race is invincible. Kill these dirty bugs. Inside and outside Linhai City, countless people roared excitedly. The dimensional cracks disappeared, the demon energy dissipated, and the remaining alien monsters could no longer pose a threat, and they were cleared up in a blink of an eye. On the city wall, after Mo Ying killed the last alien monster in front of him, he murmured, Tai Yuan's immortal realm? Is it the legendary cultivating immortal realm? On a tall building, Su Jianhe also put away the long sword in his hand, and said slowly, the fairyland of Tai Yuan? I didn't expect to pass through this catastrophe to open the door to another world. Zhang Heng, it seems that I only have there as a chance to compete with you. In the void, Li Yuqin sat on the back of the Fengsheng beast as if her whole body was limp, looking at the void that was completely free of strange monsters from outside the sky. Her eyes couldn't help being wet with tears. This battle? After all, they won? Only when you are in the middle of a big battle can you realize how difficult it is to win this big battle. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Chapter 46, A Massacre Came to an End. Zhang Heng was not in a hurry to share the joy of victory with others, but immediately clicked on the system to view the gains and information. The first is the Tumo Point Exchange Mall. On the Devil Slaughtering Points list, Zhang Heng undoubtedly obtained the most points, with a total of 710,000 points, nearly 600,000 points. Higher than the second place Li Yuqin, Zhang Heng took a closer look and found that the exchanged items in the Demon Slayer Mall were roughly divided into three categories, namely potions, pills, spirit treasures, and exercises. Potions include the most common potential enhancement potions, recovery potions, healing potions, etc., and the prices are relatively low. The second is the pill. Relatively speaking, elixir is a level higher than medicine, and has many unique effects. Among them, the most miraculous is Suyin Pill. The exchange requirement for this pill is 100,000 demon slaying points. The price is not low, but it has the effect of eternal youth. It is estimated that all girls who love beauty want to exchange for one. Browsing all the way, he didn't find any medicine that made him excited, so Zhang Heng directly chose to skip this item. There are even more things to exchange in the Lingbao interface. Spiritual weapon equipment is also a kind of spiritual treasure, and the highest can be exchanged to the third-tier superb level. However, spirit tools and spiritual treasures above the third level are extremely expensive, often costing more than a dozen or 200,000 demon slaying points, and the most expensive third-level superb level is as high as 4 or 5 million. In addition to equipment spirit weapons, there are also many spirit treasures with special functions. For example, the gathering mirror used to quickly restore aura can increase the recovery speed of aura by 3 times, and can also increase the speed of cultivation by 10%. The exchange requirement, 150,000 demon slaying points. In addition, there is a spirit treasure that can improve potential attributes, wishful beads, which can increase mental strength by 20% when worn on the body, and exchange requirements, 100,000 demon slaying points. There is also the anti-drug orb with the effect of avoiding poison, which can be immune to poisonous miasma and poisonous gas below the third level. Among them, the most expensive is the flying magic weapon, Shen Fengzhou. This boat can be changed at will, and it can be transformed into a size of 10 feet at the largest. It can fly into the sky and escape from the ground, and travel thousands of miles a day. The exchange requirement, 1 million demon slaying points, etc., and so on. It can be said that there are too many beautiful things in eyes to count. Among them, Zhang Heng's favorite is undoubtedly the Lingzha mirror box Ruyi bead. However, Zhang Heng resisted the urge to exchange, and then turned his attention to the exercises interface. However, When he saw a skill in the skill interface, Zhang Heng couldn't help but close his pupils slightly. 9 turns mysterious art, SS level, grade, heavenly rank. Mid-rank 9 turns Xiangong. According to legend, it is a body training method inherited from ancient times. Its origin is unknown. Every time you complete a turn, your strength and defense will be doubled. Invasion cultivation difficulty, extremely difficult requirement for exchange, 500,000 demon slaying points. The indestructible golden body is invincible? Zhang Heng took a deep breath. This exercise is undoubtedly an extremely top-level powerful exercise. Leaving aside the indestructible golden body, after 9 ranks, the strength and defense can be multiplied every time 1 rank is completed, which is definitely a heaven-defying existence. Zhang Heng checked carefully and found that the first turn is 2 times, the second turn is 4 times, the third turn is 8 times, the fourth turn is 16 times, the fifth turn is 32 times, and the sixth turn is 64 times. By analogy, after the 9th turn, it will be 512 times that of the sky-defying, an increase of more than 500 times. Is to ask how not against the sky? At that moment, Zhang Heng bought 9 turns mysterious art almost without thinking about it. A light golden martial arts cheat book suddenly appeared in his hand. After choosing to practice, the secret book of 9 turns of Xiangong immediately turned into golden light and entered Zhang Heng's body. Congratulations on your success in cultivating the mid-level heavenly skill Juzhuan Xiangong, and you will be rewarded with the skill, all attribute potential plus 200, root bone defense increased by 1000 points Juzhuan Xiangong, SS level heaven level. Mid-level body training method, initial cultivation state, current cultivation progress. First level 0/1000000, current realm attributes, strength plus 0, 500 for perfection, agility plus 0, completion is 500, spirit plus 5, consummation is 50, constitution plus 0, consummation is 500. After the first realm is completed, the strength potential is doubled, the defense is doubled, and 10% damage reduction is obtained. With a 1% chance immunity kill blow, a strange feeling flooded his whole body in an instant. Although there was no change in attributes, Zhang Heng felt that his physical strength had been greatly improved. In addition, there is a line of prompts below the exercises. 9 turns mysterious kung fu, an ancient body training method. When breaking through the realm, you need to refine the spirit bones of the beasts to break through. The higher the spirit bones of the beasts, the better the effect. Alien beast spirit bone. Zhang Heng's heart moved, and he stepped into the void immediately, appearing in front of the huge corpse of the Nether Abyss demon lion. At this time, the huge body of the demon lion of the Nether Abyss crushed a 100-meter-high building, and a large number of houses and streets were destroyed as a result. Even though the demon lion was completely dead, it exuded a strong demonic energy all over its body, making the surrounding people dare not approach it at all. Demonic chi is completely different from heaven and earth spiritual chi. It contains a strong cold and corrosive aura. Once an ordinary person is infected, his body will be infected immediately, revealing a rotten aura. The surrounding people happened to be helpless with the corpse of the Nether Demon Lion, and when they saw Zhang Heng appearing, they all beamed with joy. God Zhang! God! Everyone greeted Zhang Heng one after another. Get out of the way first, I will take the body of this demon lion first. Zhang Heng motioned to everyone. Although everyone didn't know what method he would use to collect the corpse of the demon lion, they also consciously avoided it. Zhang Heng stepped down into the void. Before stepping into the demon lion's body, the power of divine sense immediately wrapped the huge corpse of the demon lion, raised his hand and gave a shout, and he lifted the huge body of the demon lion out of thin air with one hand. The next moment, the huge body of the demon lion disappeared in front of everyone like a phantom. Hey, where's the body of the demon lion? Master Zhang, is it possible to change it away? Zhang Shen really has great powers. He can even transform a huge corpse like a demon lion out of thin air. Everyone gasped in amazement. After doing all this, Zhang Heng didn't care at all, and stepped into the void again. As soon as he displayed his divine sense, he immediately searched for the third-order magic sword that Ming Luo dropped after his death. This sword, like the corpse of the demon lion, exudes an extremely strong demonic energy, and ordinary people dare not approach it at all. Zhang Heng immediately attracted with his divine sense. The sword burst out of the air with a clang, and fell into Zhang Heng's hand in a stream of light. Suristic sword grade, Tier 3 magic weapon, dark gold level attributes, plus 2450 attack, strength plus 180, agility plus 150 additional feature, magic front, increase the user's attack power by 28%, and add 10% of dark attribute damage. Additional performance, demon soul magic soul, can increase the user's mental strength by 20%. Additional skill, magic light sword. Chi/magic light sword. Chi/, concentrate a powerful attack with magic energy, chop out a powerful sword energy, and deal damage equal to base attack 350% to enemies within a range of 320 meters, and add 30% dark attribute damage. Wearing requirements, level 10, demon/dark element proficient talent. Note, wearing by other races may be infected by magic energy, please use with caution. Nice property, it is stronger than Zhanyu. Zhang Heng thought about it and threw it into the ring directly. It is also good to use this sword as a flying sword in the future. This sword is a magic weapon, and its attack has the magic energy attack attribute, which has additional effects. It can be used as the second flying blade of Voidbreaker. Chapter 47. After dealing with the demon lion of the abyss and the sword of the Shuristics, Zhang Heng opened the demon slaughter maul again. After pondering for a moment, Zhang Heng finally chose to exchange for a gathering mirror. This thing will have a miraculous effect on cultivation in the future, and it can also increase the recovery speed of aura, which is quite miraculous when combined with the Xintian Shadow Ring. As for wishful beads, he could only reluctantly give up. For now, with the enhancement of the talent of A-level mental control, mental power is Zhang Heng's strong point, and there is no need to continue to strengthen it. There are more than 70,000 points left. Zhang Heng exchanged it for 72nd order body tempering pills. Quenching pill grade, Tier 2 panacea efficacy. After taking it, it can increase the body training level by 500 points, and the daily limit is 10 pills. A second order body tempering pill can increase the cultivation level of body training by 500 points. Although it is not much, it can increase the progress of 9 turns mysterious art to some extent. In this way, all the demon slaying points were consumed. Later, Zhang Heng opened the merit maul again. After a few days of hard work, plus the harvest just now, Zhang Heng has now accumulated as many as 250,000 merit points. Wishing for more points, from killing Ming Luo to the present, in less than a quarter of an hour, the number has skyrocketed to 3 million. In other words, in the entire Linhai city, each person gave himself 15 points of wish power on average. Wish power is a good thing that can quickly improve one's cultivation base. No matter how much you give him, it won't be too much. After thinking for a while, Zhang Heng finally decided to exchange for 2 luck fruits first. Although luck is invisible and intangible, the more it accumulates, the better. According to legend, those with unfavorable luck can even become the legendary son of luck, the darling of heaven and earth. This kind of person's cultivation is as simple as eating and drinking, and picking up a random stone when going out may be a treasure. In this way, Zhang Heng's luck reached as much as 9 points. But I don't know if there will be any changes after the luck exceeds 10 points. At this time, the voice of mighty heaven and earth suddenly sounded again. The third stage of spiritual energy recovery is over. There are a total of 1921 areas in this realm. 179 areas have successfully passed the tribulation, and 1,642 areas have failed. Smoothly crossing the tribulation area will open a higher dimensional teleportation array in 3 days. Tiandao will open different high-latitude boundary transmissions according to different civilizations. The Great Xia tribe is inherited from the ancient civilization of cultivating immortals, so that Taiyuan Earth Immortal Realm teleportation array was open. Sakura clan has no area to successfully pass the catastrophe, and civilization dies at this point. The Nordic race is inherited from Nordic mythology, so the Nordic Gods Realm teleportation array has been opened. All the creatures in the heavens and worlds who have won the title of responsible to tribulation should be prepared. After 10 minutes, they will be sent to the world of tribulations to participate in the trial. The trial lasts for 3 days. After 3 days, they will be directly sent to the corresponding high-latitude space. The last sound came directly to Zhang Heng's ears, making him startled slightly. Go to the realm of myriad tribulations to practice? What's the meaning? At the same time, Zhang Heng remembered that his own system seemed to be called the myriad calamity system. I don't know if it is related to this world of myriad calamities? With a thought, Zhang Heng immediately left the void and came to where Li Yukin was. Zhang Heng. Li Yukin also found Zhang Heng, couldn't help but greeted, and murmured, this catastrophe is finally over. There are 1921 areas in the entire Blue Star, but only 179 areas have successfully passed the catastrophe. According to this ratio, isn't it? There is no more than 1 out of 10 in the entire Blue Star. Zhang Heng shook his head, and said, it's 1 out of 10. The only remaining human beings in the entire Blue Star are probably less than 1% of the original. Li Yukin's pretty face darkened, obviously a little hard to accept the result. Zhang Heng didn't want to talk about such a heavy topic, so he changed the subject and said, Sister Qin, I have something to do and I need to leave for a few days. Please help me explain to everyone later. Li Yukin was stunned for a moment and said, leave for a few days, why? The war is over, could it be? After saying that, her expression suddenly changed, and she looked Zhang Heng's body up and down. Suddenly proposed to leave for a few days, could it be that Zhang Heng was seriously injured in the previous battle? Zhang Heng naturally guessed that Li Yukin might be wrong. He smiled and shook his head slightly and said, don't worry, I'm not injured, I just exchanged a book of exercises, and I plan to retreat for a few days. Li Yukin breathed a sigh of relief, but still worried, you're really not hurt? Zhang Heng smiled and waved his hands, and said, do you think I've been injured? Okay, so when are you going? Zhang Heng took a deep breath and said, leave right away, 10 minutes at most. Li Yukin frowned again, and said, in such a hurry? Zhang Heng chuckled and said, don't worry, I'm really fine. Cultivation, like sailing against the current, should be done sooner rather than later. Only when you become stronger can you gain a foothold in another world. According to my estimation, this fairy land of Taiyuan is not a holy place of peace, but a place full of slaughter and competition. Li Yukin asked in surprise, how can you see that? The higher the realm, the more intense the competition. Compared with the world of Blue Star, the Taiyuan immortal realm is undoubtedly a higher cultivation world, and there must be many strong people, sects, and forces in it. Now that the killing calamity has come to the heavens and the world, this Taiyuan's fairyland must also be shrouded in the killing and calamity, so the amount of calamity that will be encountered in the Taiyuan's fairyland is very likely to be 100 times, 1,000 times, or even 10,000 times that of us here. Doubling? We must be brave and diligent at all times to be able to cope with unknown disasters in the future. So, the journey of cultivation is like sailing against the current. If you don't advance, you will retreat. You can't relax for a moment. Li Yukin smiled wryly. No wonder your strength has improved so fast, you are simply not like a normal human being. Zhang Heng smiled and said, in the future, you will naturally improve as quickly as I do. Now is the beginning of the catastrophe, and there are countless opportunities. As long as you seize the opportunity, it is not impossible to soar to the sky in the future. After all, Zhang Heng looked up at the sky, and said, it's almost time, Sister Qin. If there is a chance in the future, I will see you in the fairy land of Taiyuan. As soon as he finished speaking, Zhang Heng stepped through the void and disappeared in front of Li Yukin in an instant. 10 minutes, it's there in a blink of an eye. In the void, Zhang Heng suddenly felt an invisible force enveloping him, and in the next moment, the world spun. It seems that at this moment, his figure has passed through the endless void of the universe and entered an unpredictable unknown field. Due to his mastery of awakened spatial elements, Zhang Heng is extremely sensitive to the feeling of space. Moreover, he possesses an SSS-level Taoist body, the Void Sword body, which itself is a God-level Taoist body with space talent. Even if it has not been officially opened, it can still perceive the existence of space. In a blink of an eye, I only heard a voice that seemed to exist from ancient times. Welcome to the realm of myriad tribulations, desolate ancient battlefield. Chapter 48. The ancient battlefield is a trial battlefield opened up by the Dao of heaven for those who should be robbed from the heavens and the world. In the deserted ancient battlefield, all those who are robbed can enter the battlefield of the corresponding level according to their own state, and can also step up to enter a higher level battlefield. but they cannot enter the battlefield lower than their own level in the battlefield. You can get corresponding points for killing creatures of the same level. Ordinary level, 1 point. Elite level 10 points. Lord level 100 points. King level 1000 points. Legendary level 10,000 points. Legendary level 100,000 points. Mythical level 1 million points. And the higher level kills are doubled on this basis. Battlefield points can be exchanged for items in Wanja Mall, and can also be used for lottery and resurrection. There are 3 resurrection opportunities in the battlefield, and each resurrection consumes 100,000 battlefield points, and after 3 times, you will truly die. The total battlefield points obtained by those who should be robbed will be included in the Heaven's 10,000 Tribulations list for ranking. After the trial, the top 100 players will receive a random reward from Heaven, and the top 10 players will get a Deo chance. The first person will get a Chaos Supreme Treasure. Battlefield points can be plundered from each other. Killing can get half of the opponent's total points, and it will be included in the ranking. The trial lasts for 3 days. Please prepare for the tribulation. The countdown begins. 10, 9, 8. In his ears, the sound of heaven seemed to come from the sky to his ears. When he heard that the number 1 reward was actually the legendary treasure of chaos, Zhang Heng couldn't help being shocked. It is the treasure of chaos. This is the legendary chance? It is no exaggeration to say that if one obtains the supreme treasure of chaos, there will be infinite possibilities in the future. Zhang Heng couldn't help but looked around, but he could only see a vast expanse of whiteness, like a chaotic space, regardless of the sky, the earth, and the north. There was no figure other than him around, and it seemed that each respondent was in their own independent space and did not communicate with each other. At this moment, the last word one of the voice of the heavenly Deo fell. I saw a ray of light flashing in front of my eyes, and suddenly, a huge light screen appeared in front of my eyes. This is obviously a light screen for battlefield options, through which you can enter the corresponding battlefield. Zhang Heng glanced quickly, and found that the options on the light screen range from 1 to 9 levels, and it seems that trials above level 9 should not be involved. Wei Wei hesitated for a moment, then Zhang Heng gritted his teeth suddenly, and directly chose the second tier battlefield. In an instant, Zhang Heng once again felt that his body had passed through the void and entered an extremely wide realm. The goal is an endless desert, giving people a feeling of incomparable desolation. However, under this desolate surface, there are endless murderous opportunities hidden in the sandy bottom. A mere first-level cultivator dares to learn from others and challenge him. I really don't know who gave him the courage. Suddenly there was a sarcasm humming sound not far away. Zhang Heng frowned and looked. I saw a handsome man in brocade clothes looking arrogantly at Zhang Heng and said coldly, "Don't look, it's you? Look at your attire, you don't even have a decent piece of equipment, you can tell it's you. Garbage from a lower plane. If you don't have the strength, get out. Save yourself a waste of resources here." Zhang Heng's complexion suddenly sank slightly. At the same time, at this moment, dozens of figures appeared in this area one after another, and it seems that they should also be robbers from various realms. Zhang Heng swept his mind and immediately noticed that none of these people were simple characters. Sensing Zhang Heng's divine sense, the robbers who had just appeared nearby frowned and looked at Zhang Heng. Huh! The man in brocade also sensed the power of Zhang Heng's divine sense, and couldn't help showing a hint of surprise. Undoubtedly, he sensed that Zhang Heng's divine sense was stronger than his. You know, although he is conceited, he is also a talent that is unique in the sky, the proud son of heaven, and the outstanding person in the second-order realm. How can he be compared with ordinary cultivators? But even so, the opponent is still stronger than himself at the first level, which makes him slightly jealous. With a sweep of his divine sense, Zhang Heng also immediately discerned the reality of this person. This person's strength is not inferior to Ming Luo's, with a combat power of at least 90 stars. He can definitely be called a genius-level figure. However, even so, this person was not the strongest among the group at the scene. At most he could only be considered above average. There were at least 10 people who outperformed this person at the scene, and 3 of them were unfathomable, so Zhang Heng's current spiritual sense could not detect the details of these 3 people at all. After thinking about it, Zhang Heng decided not to cause trouble for the time being. There are countless people who will be robbed in the heavens and worlds, more than 10,000. To obtain the treasure of chaos, there is no doubt that you need to fight your way out of the mountain of corpses and the sea of blood. Every minute and every second is extremely precious. It is better to kill a few more mutated creatures than to waste this kind of meaningless battle. Of course, if the opponent has already obtained a large number of points, it will be another calculation. The people around who had just entered this place undoubtedly had the same thoughts as Zhang Heng. After a while, these people scattered one by one, leaving quickly in different directions. Zhang Heng also had a thought. Immediately, stepping into the void, the brocade-robed man sensed Zhang Heng's ignorance of him, and his expression darkened immediately. But he was afraid of Zhang Heng's strength, but he didn't dare to speak nonsense anymore. Zhang Heng has the two talents of flying and royal sky. The superposition of the two, the flying speed is so fast that he can jump over a distance of 10,000 meters in a blink of an eye. At this time, a huge wormhole in the desert suddenly appeared in Zhang Heng's perception. Zhang Heng's heart moved, and he immediately stopped in the void to check the biological information of this place. Desert sandworm level 21 level, second ordinary level power, 315 agility, 311 spirit, 280 physique, 321 talent, sand walk, grade C, madness, grade C. Skills, sand splash, class C, predation, class C, star rating, 21 stars. An ordinary level can have such attributes. It is worthy of being a second-order creature. With a thought in his mind, Zhang Heng immediately controlled the three major spiritual swords Sanyu, Shura Demon's Sword, and Shura Styx Sword with the power of his divine mind, and blatantly rushed into it. The three spirit swords strike at the same time, and the lethality doubles instantly. Immediately, the system information was refreshed like a snowflake. Congratulations on killing a level 22 desert sandworm and gaining 150 upgrade energy points. Unfortunately, the extraction failed. Congratulations on killing ordinary creatures by leapfrogging and gaining 2 battlefield points. After a while, thousands of desert sandworms were slaughtered. A huge vibration suddenly came from deep in the sand layer, and suddenly, a huge desert sandworm appeared. Desert Sandworm King level 23 level, Tier 2 Lord level power, 524 agility, 521 spirit, 495 physique, 515 talent, sand walk, grade B, madness, grade B, skills, sand splash, grade B, predation, grade B, star rating, 35 stars. Before the Sandworm King could attack Zhang Heng, the Zhanyu sword flashed and instantly harvested the creature's life. Congratulations on killing a level 23 Lord level creature Desert Insect King, and gaining 550 upgrade energy points. Congratulations, all things have been absorbed successfully, gaining 5 points of power and 50 life energy. Congratulations on killing a Lord level creature by leapfrogging and gaining 200 battlefield points. Chapter 49. After a round of kills, Zhang Heng gained a total of more than 3,000 points. Afterwards, Zhang Heng couldn't help but click on the system and check the ranking. Zhang Heng race, human race boundary, first order respondent points, 3,582 points. Rank of Heavenly Deo myriad tribulations, 15,310. There are more than 3,500 points, and they are only ranked in the 15,000 points. And in the blink of an eye, the ranking dropped rapidly, falling to the list of more than 18,000 people. It can be seen that the competition is fierce. Involuntarily, Zhang Heng's eyes fell on the top spot. Blue Wind Race, Dragon Race Body, Blue Wind Sacred Dragon Boundary, 8th rank respondent points, 202,800 points. It was actually the legendary Dragon Clan? Zhang Heng couldn't help taking a breath. It seems that the opponent leapfrogged and killed a legendary creature in this short moment. Then came second. Yewuchen Race, Human Race Boundary, Tier 6 Respondent Points, 202,200 points. Third. Swallow the Sky Race, Divine Beast Race Body, Swallowing Heaven Boundary, 7th rank Respondent Points, 201,800 points. After a brief scan, Mr. Zhang Heng suddenly felt a strong sense of urgency. According to this kind of progress, I will definitely be thrown out of the sky, let alone the top of the list. Even if I am in the top 100 of the list, I may not be able to enter. With a thought, Zhang Heng immediately discarded these ordinary creatures, turned around and flew into the sky. If you want to advance bravely in such a cruel competition, you must find those high-grade creatures to kill. Otherwise, even if you kill 100,000 ordinary creatures, it will not be as fast as killing a legendary creature. At this time, the whole earth suddenly trembled violently. In the distance, I saw a giant snake with a length of 100 meters swiftly swimming in the desert, and in front of the giant snake was a tall man who was shirtless and only wore a fur coat. Judging from this person's attire, it seems to be from a tribal race in an extremely backward plane. However, although this person has a rough appearance, his strength is astonishing. I saw this person roar in the air, raised his fist and launched a violent and amazing attack on the giant snake in the air. In an instant, the mountains shook, and the ground shook, and large areas of the desert collapsed. The giant snake's huge body was instantly overturned by this punch, and a bloody wound was exposed on its forehead, which looked extremely hideous. Zhang Heng's heart moved, and he immediately stepped down from the sky. The rough man sensed Zhang Heng's appearance, and even wanted to go forward to chase and kill the snake. But the rough man suddenly staggered and almost fell down. His whole body was steaming and green, obviously he was poisoned by the snake. Zhang Heng was overjoyed, and released the Shura Stick's sword without hesitation. Void Shard. In an instant, the sword glow pierced the sky, harvesting the snake's last breath of life. Congratulations on killing a level 27 legendary creature, the giant desert snake, and gaining 8450 upgrade energy points. Congratulations, successfully absorb all things, gain 32 points of strength, 35 points of constitution, and obtain B-level talent earth element proficiency, 500 life energy. Congratulations on killing legendary creatures by leapfrogging and gaining 20,000 battlefield points. It was legendary level. Zhang Heng was overjoyed. The sword light rolled back, and a huge crystal nucleus fell into Zhang Heng's hand along with the Shura Stick's sword. Immediately, the rough man's face turned extremely ugly. His eyes were burning with anger. Obviously, he was extremely angry at Zhang Heng, who intercepted him halfway. Zhang Heng raised his eyebrows, and was hesitating whether to kill this person, when he suddenly pulled out a shining golden boomerang from the animal skin skirt. For a moment, Zhang Heng only felt creepy. This thing made him have an irresistible feeling. With a thought, Zhang Heng controlled the Shura Mingyuan sword with his spiritual thought without hesitation, and swept the sword towards the rough man. But at this moment, the rough man roared, and a gigantic tortoise shell appeared out of thin air with his left hand, instantly blocking Shura Mingyuan sword, and at the same time, with his right hand, he threw a boomerang at Zhang Heng instantly. With a chill in his heart, Zhang Heng activated Yakong without hesitation. In an instant, Zhang Heng's figure moved in a dislocation in the void, but this sense of danger did not diminish in the slightest. It seems that this golden boomerang has its own positioning function. At the critical moment, Zhang Heng made a decisive decision, and immediately took out the huge body of the demon lion of the underworld from the Xiantian shadow ring, and stood in front of him. With a bang, the corpse of the demon lion of Nether Abyss was split into two by a golden force in just one breath, and the blood spilled into the sky. The golden boomerang continued unabated, still launching a violent impact towards Zhang Heng. Xiantian Shield. The protective skills on Xiantian Shadow Ring were instantly released, forming an invisible protective barrier. The golden light from the golden boomerang instantly shot out a fierce light on the shield. After a breath, Sonation's shield unexpectedly shattered. Extreme hell-breaking killing fist. Before he had time to think, Zhang Heng launched this punch brazenly. Fortunately, he won the time to charge his energy for 2 breaths, otherwise it would be unimaginable. In an instant, only the void vibrated, and the terrifying fist force traversed the void. With the blessing of 5 times the power of the extreme prison-shattering fist is definitely a god-blocking killing god, and a Buddha should kill a Buddha. Boom! With a loud noise, Zhang Heng suddenly felt a sharp pain in his fist. Putting away his long fist, he saw a deep wound with bone visible on the fist. The power of this golden boomerang can penetrate the punch and kill him? Zhang Heng was overwhelmed with surprise, but fortunately the golden boomerang was sent flying by his punch, otherwise his body would definitely follow in the footsteps of the corpse of the demon lion of the underworld. The rough man's face changed, as if he didn't expect Zhang Heng to be able to resist the golden boomerang. But at this time, the green poison quickly transformed the whole body of this person, causing him to tremble slightly, and his movements immediately became sluggish. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Zhang Heng had a thought, and in an instant, the Shura Styx sword rolled backwards in the void, passed through the edge of the huge turtle shell, and swept across the sky on this man's neck. Congratulations, all things have been successfully absorbed, 25 points of strength have been obtained, and the S-level talent strength enhancement, 100 life energy. Congratulations on obtaining a higher level S-level power enhancing talent, the original B-level. Power enhancing talent is overwritten strength enhancement. S-level can increase the strength potential by 200%. Congratulations on killing the second-order responder Lu Kong, plundering 950 battlefield points of the opponent. Zhang Heng was astonished. It was an S-level talent? No wonder he was able to fight this desert giant snake. Life energy entered the body, and the wound on the fist healed immediately. Zhang Heng quickly descended from the sky, swept his divine sense, and found that there was an arm-sized skull full of strange aura on the top of the head of the Nether Abyss Demon Lion. Devil Lion Spirit Bone. Item description: the first order legendary material, the spiritual bone of the Demon Lion of the Underworld, can be used for alchemy or refining. Sure enough, it was a spiritual bone, exactly the spiritual bone needed to practice the 9 turns mysterious kung fu. After extracting the spirit bones, he didn't have much interest in the corpse of the Demon Lion of Nether Abyss. The lion's body is still surrounded by demon energy, and it is estimated that it cannot be eaten, so it is better to just throw it here. Afterwards, Zhang Heng followed suit and collected the spiritual bone of the desert giant snake's head. At this time, Zhang Heng had a thought, and felt that someone was approaching. He couldn't help but quickly walked to the corpse of the rough man, took away the tortoise shell, space ring, and other things from the corpse, and immediately searched for the bomb that was shot. Flying golden boomerang. Not long after, a sound of breaking through the air came. Zhang Heng just found the boomerang, and immediately activated the 2 talents of air defense and flying, and quickly left this place. Chapter 51 Ren Boomerang Grade, Tier 4 Spirit Artifact, Dark Gold Rank Efficacy. It can release a powerful blade to cause 200,000 points of damage to the target, and has a certain chance to cause the effect of breaking the defense. Note: this spirit weapon is a consumable item. The number of times it can be used, 1/3 time it was actually a consumable item, and it could only be used 3 times. No wonder the man didn't use the boomerang against the desert serpent. However, the attack of this dart is indeed powerful. If he hadn't reacted in time, it is very likely that he would have already hated him on the spot. Putting away the Wanren boomerang, Zhang Heng took out the huge turtle shell again. Millennium Black Turtle Shell. Item description: Tier 5 Legendary Material, Tier 5 Millennium Turtle Shell, hard texture, can be used for alchemy or refining. It turned out that it was just a tortoise shell and couldn't release the spiritual shield, otherwise the Shura Styx sword might not be able to do anything to that person. Afterwards, Zhang Heng took out this person's space ring again. This thing is obviously a spirit ring made of bone. The texture is special, it doesn't look like ordinary goods. Strong Demon Ape Bone Ring Grade, Tier 4 Spirit Artifact, Dark Gold Rank Attributes, plus 20,000 Spiritual Power, 450 Strength, 300 Constitution. Additional feature: Power of the Vigorous Demon Ape. Strength of the Demon Ape, gain 2 times the Strength Enhancement, maximum 5,000 points. Additional skill: Demon Ape Possession. Magic Ape Possession. You can summon the soul of a powerful demonic ape, gain 5 times the strength, last for 60 seconds. After the end, your body will be weakened by 50%, last for 60 minutes, consume 10,000 points of spiritual power, cool down for 12 hours. Special attribute: Spirit Ring. Space. Spiritual Ring. Space, 3,000 cubic meters of storage space is attached to the ring. After reading the attributes, Zhang Heng was stunned. Unexpectedly, the rough man looked like a savage with no long body, but the equipment on his body surpassed his own one after another, which made Zhang Heng feel ashamed. No wonder the brocade-robed man laughed at him for not even having a decent piece of equipment. Now it seems that I am really poor and limit my imagination. Immediately, Zhang Heng put on the ring immediately, and suddenly, a feeling of comfort flooded his whole body. He knew that this was the power from the ring. Clenching his fists, Zhang Heng felt as if he was going to go all the way to the dark on the road of strengthening his strength. However, the stronger the strength, the stronger the strength will undoubtedly be. There is no doubt about this. Not long after, Zhang Heng came to the sky above a valley full of rocks. A strange feeling suddenly came to my heart. This is... Zhang Heng was a little suspicious. The aura coming from the valley was extremely strange and powerful, as if there was an ancient giant hidden deep in the valley. At this time, the ominous beast hidden in the valley seemed to be alarmed by people, and suddenly let out a dull and low roar that pierced through the void. Zhang Heng immediately followed the sound and fled away. In a blink of an eye, in the depths of the valley, there was a huge silver wolf with white hair and silver light all over its body confronting a man in Xingyi. The man in Xingyi was dressed in an ancient blue sword gown, with sword eyes and star eyebrows. He looked very impressive. He was holding a sharp green sword with a scabbard on his back, and he was holding a sword formula. He looked very much like an ancient chivalrous warrior. Swordsman. Yin. The sound of a sword's cry broke through the sky at this moment. Under Zhang Heng's amazed gaze, the sword light suddenly grew 10 feet long, like a shocking, sharp sword, emitting a dazzling blue sword light. A sword light of 10 feet is 30 meters. It is as high as a 7 or 8-story building, which is absolutely astonishing. Slashing the void, the man in Xingyi let out a low shout, and the sword light cut down in the air in an instant. Not to be outdone, the silver giant wolf opened its mouth and spat out an incomparably huge silver ball of light. The silver light ball swelled against the wind, and instantly turned into a radius of 10 feet, colliding with the blue sword glow. The entire valley seemed to be blown by a terrifying hurricane in an instant. The mountains shook and the ground shook, and rocks splashed. Undoubtedly, the power contained in the silver ball of light completely surpassed that of the man in Xingyi. At the moment of the collision, the man in Xingyi was shaken all over, and his figure was directly pushed back dozens of meters away, and a trace of blood immediately overflowed from the corner of his mouth. Obviously suffered serious internal injuries. The silver giant wolf's eyes flashed sharply, and it opened its mouth to let out a sharp howl. Suddenly, an extremely violent blue whirlwind blew out of nowhere in the valley, sweeping towards the man in Xingyi crazily. The figure of the man in Xingyi jumped into the void, trying to quickly avoid the attack of the whirlwind. The silver giant wolf opened its mouth suddenly, and a silver beam of light broke through the void in an instant, rushing towards the man in Xingyi. Standing still in the void, Zhang Heng watched coldly. Due to the points mechanism of the trial field, all the responders in the entire trial field are in a competitive relationship, and they are enemies rather than friends. Although Zhang Heng has no intention of harming others, it is undoubtedly the most stupid behavior to help his opponent hastily. Sure enough, the man in Xingyi was definitely not waiting for nothing. He grabbed a jade talisman with one hand and threw it in the air. In the next moment, the man in Xingyi was like a sharp arrow. He left the spot in an instant, and flew towards the sky in a very far direction. The speed was several times faster than that of Zhang Heng. Zhang Heng couldn't help sighing in his heart. As expected of the robbers, none of them were simple characters. Without the man in Xingyi, only him and the silver giant wolf were left on the scene. Zhang Heng no longer hesitated, and immediately stepped into the void and stepped into the battlefield. At the same time, the information of the giant silver wolf was immediately revealed. Screaming Moon Sirius level, 28 grade, Tier 2 legendary power, 2721 agility, 2651 spirit, 2750. Physique, 2600 talent, body of Sirius, SS level, roaring moon heavenly soul, S level, strength enhancement, A level, wind element mastery, A level, speed enhancement, A level, Yufeng, A level, skills, Sirius swallowing the moon, SS level, Sirius Xiaoya, S level, silver moonlight, A level, wind and remnant clouds, A level, gale wolf shadow, A level, devil wolf claw, A level. Class, Xiaoyu Tianhun, S level Xiaoyu Sirius exclusive talent, awakening the body of Sirius on the night of the full moon. The strength will skyrocket by 5 times, the soul power will be strengthened by 10 times, immune to spiritual attacks below the 5th level star, 136 stars. Zhang Heng was slightly startled. It is worthy of being a second-tier legend, but this strength is too strong, right? Involuntarily, Zhang Heng secretly checked his attributes. Host, Zhang Heng age, 18 years old level 13 power potential, 2763 agility potential, 2270 spiritual potential, 2299 physical potential, 2432 free potential, 5 spiritual power, 33500/34150 points spiritual power strength. D grade root bone qualification, void sword body, SSS level, talent. Absorption of everything, SSS level, power control, A level, spiritual control, A level, swordsmanship mastery, A level, etc. Cultivation techniques, Juzwen Xiangong, SS level, Taigzu soul swallowing Ju, A level, extreme prison breaking killing fist, A level, streaming shadow killing sword, A level, purple lightning green frost, A level, void breaker, A level, etc. Star, 137 stars. After successive upgrades, Zhang Heng's own strength has also skyrocketed to a height of 137 stars. This is just the star level of the basic attribute. After many times of increase, his real strength is even more terrifying than this statistic. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.